Hello everybody. How are you guys doing today? Hello Calixus, hello hello Bread, hello Demon Bread, hello Shadow, hello Pancake, hello, who else said stuff? I can't see because I can't scroll this chat up! I hate that I can't scroll this chat. It's really annoying. Hello, good evening, good afternoon. How was everybody's day today? How was your Monday? And for some of you, I believe it was a holiday. It might have been. What is today? Is today a holiday for everybody? I don't even know. Ow. Why you bonk? What do I get bonked for? I didn't even do anything. Hi, Lily. Rude. I didn't even do anything. I just got here. You see the eyes? No, you don't. Hang with Volo. I believe that's what that was. I don't know what that noise is anymore, honestly.
Excuse me.
That's the Volo noise. Oh boy. Oh lordy, what's gonna happen? Oh god, is stuff happening? Well, hello. You existed, that's why. Well, that's kind of rude. Just because I'm around and exist, I get bonked. That's a little rude. Hello, Philippe. How are you guys doing? How's everybody's evening? Citrix, hello as well. I mixed some gamer subs up, and it's okay. Hello, Snake. How are you? Hello. Dude, today has been a weird day. I woke up and I have felt trash. Like, I feel bleh. Just bleh. I don't know how to... I don't know how to do it. Hello, OB. How are you doing? Look at all the flowers. We'll give all these flowers. Everybody gets flowers. Spelled bonkable? No, I did not. I don't see why bonking would solve anything. It wouldn't. Literally nothing. Lily just wants to bonk me. Some days it's just like that. Yeah, no, I think it was because I haven't normally been staying up super late. And you can blame Lily for this one. She's my scapegoat today. She made me stay up and play video games with her. Until like 3 a.m. So I typically don't stay up that late, or I haven't been recently. I've actually been going to sleep like a real adult. Ow. Rude. How dare you? See? She did that because she's to blame. Version only got about half an hour in. Yeah, Pathfinder 2nd edition is great. Were you watching yesterday? Bonked for abandoning the No Sleep Gang? No. Hello, Phoenix. I was bonked because Lily decided it, so. Oh, wait, I can put this back up for now. Look at that. Look, you guys are above me. I'll put you, I'm gonna put you over here and kind of shrink you down a little bit. I'll put you guys next to the other chat. Look at that. Now you guys can point at each other. Point and laugh. Anyway. Yeah, no. Lily seems like an abuser. She abuses me all the time. Literally in games, she will fireball me and burn me, and you know. But it's okay, because if you didn't notice yesterday, yeah, look at them. Point at them. Point at the losers. Yesterday, I gave them emotional damage, and I do that about every week. I give them mental scars when I run the D&D game. Ow! Why? Hey, don't look at my boobly eyes, Calixus. How dare you? But yeah, every week I pancake. Every day? Every day? What do you mean every day? That's bullshit. I'll accept every other day, but not every day. Feels bad. It is feels bad, man. But no. Lily abuses me. As you can see by the bonking. The fireballs to the back, which haven't been clipped yet. And whatever else. It's too bad I can't time you out. Imagine. Oh, did you hear that? That was my fingers. Let's see. Ooh. Crunchy. My fingers are crunchy today. I just admitted I have zero proof. Yeah, because I can still go back and clip it. It's there. I just haven't clipped it. Haven't been clipped, so no proof. No, there is proof. I just have to go back and get it. I have to go back and get it. How much have you put in your avatars? Well, that depends. So, if I know specifically 2 people who just got theirs redone by pretty great artists, right? They have both spent over $10,000 on models. This model here we got at a really lucky time before uh before they kind of skyrocketed in popularity. So we really only paid like for this model like 3,000, I think, which is still a lot. But when you look at getting it from the same artist again now, just the art alone is like 10,000. So it has gone way up. You, not to say you can't get them for a good price. The male model that I just got was actually a very good price, and it was only $700 to get the art, and then like 3,000 to 4,000 to rig it or something like that. So yeah, so the art was really good, and it was done by a Japanese artist, and yeah, and it was $500, $600, I think. So you just have to find the right artist and kind of abuse the money system. So you know, for a Japanese artist, you know, whatever, 80,000 yen is a lot, but for USD that's only like $700, right? I say only, but that's not really spending money for most people. Especially when you take into account rigging, which I could recommend you to my rigger, because he does very, very good work. I mean, he's a little expensive, but they do very, very good work. But, you know, obviously it's expensive. I would recommend, if you plan on starting, so there's 4 things I would do. I would start with a PNG, or I would start with something like a pre-made model that you can get really cheap, like $100, right? That's what I would do. And then if you're not already streaming, I would recommend basically getting a consistent schedule that you can stick to. 3 to 4 times a week, I would say. And make it your every week. That is your every week that you stream 3 to 4 times a week. Minimum of 3 to 4 hours. Don't go too hard, and you don't want to go too little. And I would say if you can't do that, then it's really not worth trying to stream. Those are like the 3 main things that you need to do. Consistently, make it a routine, at least 3 times a week. If more, you can, sure. And then 3 to 4 hours per stream. And then that would be your starting point. And then everything else is just kind of learning how to do everything, really. Set a min and max on your time, have structure, so that you can keep it and enjoy it. Yeah, because you don't want to burn yourself out. You don't want to go for way too long and, you know, just burn yourself out. Also, like, obviously I'm doing every day, and I'm on day 175, baby. So I'm streaming every day, no matter what. I wanted, well, some form of stream on this channel will happen every day, with at least me in it. Even if it is sometimes short because my internet decides that it wants to fuck me or whatever it may be, right? But I'm only doing that because I wanted to challenge myself. Otherwise, I'd probably be streaming 5 times a day, or 5 times a week. Not 5 times a day, 5 times a week. But honestly, I've gotten used to the streaming every day, and I kind of look forward to it now. Bonk, no bonk. So, you know, I look forward to going live and talking with chat and hanging out. Not all the time, but it's definitely enjoyable. And when you're just starting, hi Supa, it's kind of harder to find enjoyment out of it, and a lot of it is going to be spent playing games. He streams 5 times a day because it has to keep restarting and the net crashes. Fuck you! It's probably you. You're probably like nomming on the wires or something that are in the walls, and you like put a little short circuit in it, and then every time you go in there and you start playing with it, and then you make my internet worse. I don't know. You took my snacks. I need something. So you chose to eat wires. I see. Lily chews wires. It's a fact. Mm-hmm. Internet cables are crunchy. Well, you're not wrong. And you don't even cook them. You just eat them raw. You just eat raw. Raw. It's fucking raw. Yeah. Yo, what up, Muso? Hello. Happy Monday. The info spaghetti? You're ripping the spaghetti out of people's houses. It was you. You're the spaghetti bandit. Oh, do you see what I did? I actually, don't judge me too hard because I can't get them to line up perfectly. I'm gonna have to ask Lily or not Lily. Luna. Man, I say Lily's name too much, so now I have Lily on the brain. Lily, you've invaded my brain. Please leave. I have the little animated thingies up top, and I now have the sub goal up there as well. And then we have this little man's down here. Look at him. Yo, what up, Golden? How are you doing today? Also, I think first ASMR stream will probably be Saturday. I have to finish making the box, and then I will be trying to figure out what I can do with the microphone. And then maybe get some like wrappers and stuff. Like I have this little wrapper here. Anyway, I don't know what that sounded like. I'm wrapping in your ear. And then I have this, I have a more like plasticky wrapper. I want to a paper one. Like I have this one. Yeah. So I have some stuff. I have like little plastic caps too that I could probably like squish together and yeah. You're an EP bitch? You're going in tonight? Oh no, EP bitch. Good night. A bird outside the window? Wait. You actually might be able to hear out my window right now. There's a dog that keeps barking. So you might hear that occasionally. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's doing it right now. But good night, Calixus. Sleep well. I hope you have a wonderful night. And now that I'm not really coughing very much, yeah, we'll try some ASMR where, you know, getting really close to the microphone and then obviously whispering sweet nothings into your ear. You know, like normal VTubers do. I needed to ASMR the plague voice. You're not wrong. The deep and raspy. I'll just have to get sick again. I'm gonna go start kissing the gym equipment. No, definitely that one day. It would have been good. Pog. Pog. We are pogging. Yeah. No. I wonder how it'll sound on the ASMR mic because I know it's really, really sensitive, and I do have to be careful. I can't like be too loud or anything. I have to be pretty conscious about what I have like right there. I know I could do like ear cupping because I know people like that, which is, you know, just putting my hand around the ear microphone thingy, and you guys can hear the air movement. I really haven't tested the mic at all, so that'll be interesting. I'll probably have to hook it up to my Go XLR if I believe. Oh wait, I might not have a cord for it then. Hang on. Wait. Let's see. And a key. Something. Bass roll off. Flat on. Power off. This is very weird. Do I even have the adapter for this? It came with a adapter. Oh, it might just plug in. I'll have to fuck around with it before Saturday. I'll have to test it and maybe do some testing on like Discord or something. Constant low volume. See, well, yeah. The problem with this microphone right here is it cuts out a lot of the sounds. So like if I'm not talking or making some sort of sound, it's hard to, you know, like so if I talk or do anything, it'll automatically like get rid of that background noise because that's the thing I'm using. So like that, you guys could hear, I could see it going up and down. That was also pretty far away too. But yeah, I gotta figure out everything as we go. I'm not an ASM artist. I know Grim likes ASMR. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's okay. It doesn't give me the tinglies like it does other people. Oh. Come on, Finky's pop. Finky's pop. And obviously having like really, really low music probably to fill in the background also works too. Yeah, no, there's gonna be a lot of exploring and figuring out what to do. And then I'll probably talk with Sushi a little bit because I know she does really good. So yeah. Esmer. Need to get Luna to do more. I don't think she really enjoys it, like you said. Though she might be willing to. I don't know. I'd have to talk to her about it. Doggo, why are you licking my foot? My foot can't be that tasty. Hello? Like the one day I'm not wearing socks, he's just like, Yeah, I'm gonna lick the top of your foot. Yo, what up, Vladog? How are you doing today? Oh, what the fuck? Why is that emote way over there? Did you see that? The emote... Wait, hang on. Where's the emote thing? Emote's on screen. Can I shrink it a little bit? Maybe I should shrink it a little bit. I'll put there. And then here. And then here. And then... Okay. That was weird. It was like off screen. How are you doing today, Vladog? How was your Monday? How's everybody's Monday? And maybe next time it's like raining, I can get the rain off the window and get like rain sounds. Who knows? Settling down after work. Hey, yo, let's go. I'm tired. Did you not sleep? No sleep for Lily. Don't scream. Yes, I have seen that. I was going to play it on Halloween, but I was still rather sick, and not feeling great. So I ended up not playing it, but I would still like to play it at some point. Though I've been kind of spoiled in the way that... Have a good lurk, Citrix. In the way that it's mostly just very cheap jump scares, and like there's no fluidity to it. It's just walk around and jump scare, walk around and jump scare, and walk around and jump scare. There's nothing else other than basically jump scares. So it could be fun, but the problem is I would like to get my heart rate monitor before that, and I would also like to get my because then that way you guys can see my heart rate. League game to stomp. Hey, yo, good luck. That way you guys can see my heart rate, and you can see, you know, when I actually have tense moments, I suppose. And I would also like to get the Tobii eye tracker so you guys can see what I'm looking at as well, but that goes for everything. I just want to set that up permanently. I want it to be like a permanent part of stream, the eye tracker. That way I can just have it at all times, for basically every game, or even just like everything except for just chatting, basically. That way everything can be kind of seen. I always thought that was super cool from Leaflet, that she does that. It's a very, very cool way to do things. Because then you can see what she's looking at in game. You can see what she has like her attention on, all that. Hey yo, Scobo! Yo, Scovo! Hello, Raiders. I'm Artemis. I am the other half of Lunari. We share this Twitch channel. There are two people who run this channel, so hello. Hi. I have a debut in December sometime. Not sure when exactly, but that's the plan. Pretty sure the eye tracker would be firmly stuck not on the game. No, it definitely would be on the game. Hello, Cyrus. Hi, Scovo. How was your stream? Make sure you get some water and food. Hi.
Cyrus underscore VT underscore BR became a moon shrimp.
Cyrus underscore. Yeah, tracker would never be on your screen. You're probably looking at Booba on your second monitor. Incorrect, actually. My second monitor is very rarely used when I am like streaming, other than like right now. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4 chats up at the moment, and it's very, very clustered on my other monitor. Here, you know what, Lily? I'll send you a picture of what it looks like right now. It's very clustered. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I need another monitor, actually. About to make some food? Let's go. I should get a monitor arm and then mount it above me and have it swing out in front of either this monitor or the monitor on my left. And then I'll be good, probably. Because then I could have like a stream monitor, so I could look up there and see certain things. Then I have my main game monitor, which is the one in front of me. And then I could have my left monitor, which could be like Discord or whatever else. Tallboy Ver monitors for chats on Discord. That actually wouldn't be a bad idea. I could do a Tallboy. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. No, I wouldn't be able to put it on my right. My right is too crowded. Bro, that mess of windows gives me anxiety. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have enough room. I don't know what you want. I need more monitors so I can actually accurately take up like a good portion of shit. Because I need to be able, because when you guys aren't paying attention, I'm trying to make sure that I can monitor every chat and ban who needs to be banned, because obviously we've had problems with Kick. And yeah. And do all that. So like I have to have all this shit up right now. Now that we're multi-streaming. Plus that way I can also scroll back on chats to see what was said. And then I have you guys, or I have all three chats consolidated on my right monitor. Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on right now. Here, I can send you a picture of what my OBS looks like too. This is my OBS right now. And then I have this. You did nuke someone last night on Kick though? Hey yo, Pog. Lily nuking people? I saw Arch's message saying, "Oh man, why am I never there when the fun stuff happens?" Because I think he just wants to bonk people. Send them to the Shadow Realm. About to end their whole career. But yeah, no. And then I obviously have this. And then if I need to, I have to click over to my other screen and pull up my my other stuff. Nuking Artie? No. Wrong. No bonks. What is that noise? It sounds like something is like right outside my window. You're looking respectfully? Are you, Juju? Are you really? Because that's pretty disrespectful of you. I lied. I knew it. Do I have to hide my booba? My boobly eyes? I'm drooling violently. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty hot. See. Hang on. I gotta check something. You caught me? I know the ways. What was I about to look at? Oh, God. I was about to look at something. That's right. This. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Poggers. Poggers. Okay. Oh, hi, YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's over there. You guys are dorks? Damn. Calling YouTube dorks? That's rude. Yeah, we got all the chats today. We got everybody. We got Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is the main chat on the left in the box, and then we got, you know, these guys over here. See, look, they can point at you. Fucking nerd. I'm wondering how someone would drool violently. Are you like drooling and smashing things on the side? Smashing the drool into something. Yes. I will say this mixed drink is not great. It's bloody orange and lemonade. So it's like an orange lemonade. It's pretty mid. Nerd. Nerd. But how you doing, Chuchu? How goes your Monday? Happy Monday. Mondage. Oh, I need to open this too. Hang on. Wait a second. Oh, wait. What is it? You had an interview? It went pretty alright? Hey, yo. What were you interviewing for? A new gerb? What kind of gerb? You're hungry? I'm sorry I don't have any food. Lily ate all my snacks, and, yeah. Look at this guy with no hand emoji. Damn. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that emoji. Let's see. I actually, though I did make spaghetti. Throwing in like peach or something. I don't really have a peach flavor though. I have mango. People point. Too bad the people point doesn't show up on the other fucking screen. Oh, I could, wait, I could do, no, I can't because it would merge all of them. I can't have two separate entities. Damn it. Oh, there's a point. Look at that. Look at that point. See, you guys can point at each other. It's great. That works? Yeah, I don't know why some of the other emotes... Jesus. I had a hiccup there. Holy, my fucking soul left my body. Anyway, I don't know why some of the other emotes don't work. I'm interested to see where D&D is going to go next week. And Summer BTTV or 7TV. That's true. Or I should say Pathfinder, because it's not really D&D anymore. It's kind of its own thing. Still D&D. Still tabletop game. But, yeah, no, after last night it was something alright. I hope you guys actually talk about what, it's going to hell, probs. I'm gonna stare at other chats. Yeah, look at you. Look at you staring, sipping intently, looking upon them. They don't even get emotes over there that are ours. Not yet, at least. Hello, Squiddles! Hello. How are you doing? Also, I have a new favorite emote. It's beautiful. Nice booba eyes. I feel so seen. Yes, I'm staring directly at you. Always. Boobly eyes. Also, streamers yesterday was fun to listen to. So, yes, I agree. It is fun because we are chaotic to some extent. But at the same time, a lot of nothing got done. There was a lot of nothing going on. And I think that's just due to basically it being a murder mystery and only a few people really participating in the mystery part of it. The combat was very chaotic. Because, you know, they were at a very disadvantageous position, and like I thought the combat was great. Like, in the terms of it was tense, people kept going down, people were at risk of dying, you know, it was a difficult combat for a reason. So yeah, poke the goo. Yeah, but just poke the goo. I thought it was very, very good, and the way that you guys got out, definitely worth. Still no tree hugging? Yeah, no, they didn't hug the tree. Maybe all their problems would have been solved if they hugged the tree. Put a mustache on your tummy to make it really strange. I could draw a face on it, but I'm not gonna. No face drawings on the tummy. Sag. Yeah. No tree hugging. I can't believe it. Okay. I want this. How do I open link? Can I just drag and drop this? Will this work? Yes. Yo, what up, Pistol? This emote is my new favorite emote right now. Just this stare. It's beautiful. It's so like... It's so just encompasses me. Nice eyes, thanks. You're working, but you'll be lurking? Enjoy, Squiddles. It's adorable. It's great. It's very pixelated, but yeah, I like it. Looks like mine. I don't know if it is. I don't know who. I don't know. This is Bubbles or something like that, I believe. Fucking love stare emotes. Yeah, they're really good. Especially the ones that's just like there's no thought behind the eyes. It's my new favorite Discord emote. Anyway, the issue was everyone panicked. It was a tough combat and a good one. Honestly, it's nice that it wasn't just spam attacks on things till the HP balloon gets into XP giblets. Yes. Well, that's something I noticed even when I did the 2 random encounters on you guys. So first I threw the badgers at you, right? While you guys walked into the badger's nest, because obviously you guys rolled really poorly on the encounter table. And the enemies were too far away to really do anything. They wasted most of their turn getting close to you. And then because you guys were kind of spread out in the way that you were, they couldn't do much. So that combat felt basically useless. It felt like the monsters couldn't do anything. They weren't even a threat, really. The direwolf encounter, I kind of made it more on the terms of they ambushed you. And so they were kind of already around you, so they wouldn't waste much movement or even really any movement because they kind of were within reach. But even that didn't feel very dangerous. Like that, even though it was a combat for your guys' level, it wasn't, I think 1 spell was used or something like that. Like it was a very easy encounter for you guys. Even though it was 4 enemies, it was very easy. And then, you know, I threw this combat at you, which was a slightly above what the direwolves were. Actually, only barely above what the direwolves were. And it was much harder because of just how the enemies functioned as a whole. You know, they had an AoE and they had a really high to plus hit. And, you know, they were obviously, they were fairly tanky, but they were really easy to hit. So, like, they were easy to hit, but they had a high HP pool. But yeah, no. Like, I don't know. There's a weird in-between of making a... Which means, okay, as far as badgers go, not every combat has to be a deathmatch. No, I agree. All matters a ton. Yeah. Obviously, like, the dangerous thing about the badgers was them being able to basically not die until they had 3 ticks of basically wounds. So basically, instead of falling unconscious, they just stayed up, and then once they got hit another 2 times, they died. Which, it's like, yeah, that's its own danger in the same regard, but at the same time, they weren't really a threat, and it's not like I want every encounter to be a threat. Because, you know, being able to body things and absolutely demolish stuff is fun in its own right? Like, when something picks a fight with you and it's much weaker than you, then it's like, haha, get fucked, right? You're the main character in that moment. I crit the thing and basically one-shot it. but also the the setting and everything else needs to be right, I suppose. The TPK though, well, luckily nobody died. Um, to be fair, one of them definitely wouldn't. What? I see. Why you stare? Lily, stare at me. Could have picked up, like, throw a bunch of normal wolves to eat up our actions. Yeah, that's true. Thing is, I don't want to overwhelm you guys with numbers either. Like, obviously there are going to be fights where there's a lot of grunts, and you're not. I've been doing that message to all streamers. Nice. Hello, zombie. Fights where there's a lot of grunts is obviously good, because it's like, it'll eat up your actions, or eat up, even if they don't necessarily hit you, they are kind of dangerous. Maybe they have attacks of opportunity, so you don't want to move past them, that type of stuff, right? But yeah, no, the wolves kind of did get unlucky, because I think they got crit twice, which is just unfortunate. That's kind of how the dice roll. Like, when the fucking blobs crit you guys 3 times. Like, that's just how the dice roll. Monday, hello. One-legged Rafflecopper. What happened to your other leg? Was it taken from you? Yeah, no. My intent is not to TPK you. I want to challenge my players, right? I don't want every combat to be a breeze. They had 3 really fairly simple combats the last few times. Hello, Apple. Luna aided. Damn. Crazy. I crit 1 with my Scorching Ray, literally torched it in a single turn. Yep. Ding. Thank you, Apple, for the 100 biddies. Much appreciated. So they had 3 pretty simple combats the last time. So I kind of wanted to turn it up a notch and actually threaten them to show them, like, hey, maybe you guys should use tactics. It'll make these combats easier, but also at the same time, things are out there that you want to eat up their actions. And like, that's the whole point of Pathfinder. It's not stand and hit things until it dies. It's use your knowledge as a character and as a player to bait out movement, to bait out certain abilities, to do things like that. But, it's going to take more, obviously. But yeah, I don't want to outright kill my players. I almost never want to do that. Like, unless they do something stupid, it's like, yeah, you're like at a fucking, 2,000 foot chasm, and it's 50 feet to the other side, and our like strongest character's like, I'm gonna jump it. It's like, no, you're gonna fucking die from the fall. I'm sorry. Well, not only that, we also want to overlap our abilities and buffs and debuffs on our enemies. Yeah. So like keeping them demoralized, keeping them flat-footed or off guard, stunning them when possible, using other debuffs when possible. Like that's a big part of the Pathfinder stuff. And I think that's much better for play. And instead of like 5th edition, surround your enemy until it dies because it can't really do much, and even if it does fireball us, half of our party has a way to either negate fireball or take no damage or take half damage from an explosion. Because you have your rogue, you have your monk, you have anybody with a shield taking shield master, being able to either half or negate all damage from a dex save, which almost all damage spells are dex save. like ones that do AoE at least, and all that. Talking about D&D, we're talking about Pathfinder and a little bit of 5e. Stand there and beat the face. Yep. It's basically it. Doing some assassin vines. Only reason it didn't TPK because they blew away nearby vegetation. Or level 3s. Yeah, there's like cloud kill and stuff, but not many creatures are okay with that. Pathfinder 1? Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about Pathfinder 1. First edition. So yeah. You can't chain demoralize on a mob? Ah, interesting. So it becomes immune after the first time? Interesting. But yeah, no, like obviously people remembering what they have and what they can do, but other people still can. Okay, so they can be demoralized from other characters, they just can't be feared by the same character or demoralized by the same character. Gotcha. So it's like, yeah, obviously flanking is a big part of it, right? Flanking makes them off guard. Slowing enemies is also a massive thing in this in comparison to 5th edition. Like, any ability that slows is really good because most things don't have that much movement unless they are, you know, wolves or things like that, right? They have decent amount of movement or things that can move really quickly. But if you can slow something and just move out of its range, even eating up one action to force it to step to you is really advantageous. Because, you know, you assume Cinder got to feel how impactful slow was. True. That is true. That was rather unfortunate. Mm-hmm. Like, you could technically make a big boss or mob or something like that practically useless if you were to play your tactics right. Like, right now it seems the best way to do things is mostly hit and run. It really helps to delay your action. So like, now that I know the delay moves you in the turn order, that's really good because let's say, you know, Luna wants to go after Nemi, right? Or Nimbus. So if Luna rolls higher, instead of, you know, wasting that time, she could delay her turn until after Nimbus, and now Nimbus can get in close and she can go and flank and now get flat-footed bonus without, you know, having to worry too much. So I didn't know delay moved you in the turn order, which is good. Good to know. But I doubt she'll do that, honestly. I doubt anyone will do that, really. Because, like, technically having Fia go after everybody else is probably the best in some regards, because obviously you're like the main healer. So yeah. Like, sure, it was with slimes that time, but even stuff like disarming an enemy, tripping them, making someone use an action to stand up. Hi, Duck. After being tripped is huge. Action to pick up the weapon after they've been disarmed. Yeah. To be honest, I want to go first. I suppose... I mean, I think either first or last is good for you. right? Because if you go first, then you can use a spell or whatever you want, kind of setting up. And then if you go last, then obviously, if people have taken damage, you can heal them. But also, if you go first, that means at the top of the round, you can always heal the people, and they can either stay in a fight or move out of danger. Until the top of the turn order. Yeah. A standoff where the party is waiting for the enemy to come out of hiding sounds amusing. Yeah, no, I love playing intelligent enemies, right? Like, I like to play the enemies of how I think they would act, right? If there is goblins, the goblins themselves are not smart. If somebody is telling them what to do, like a hobgoblin, for example, a hobgoblin is very intelligent. Then their tactics become a lot more sound. Otherwise, goblins just kind of do whatever, right? They're not smart. No really hiding for us. That's true. That is true. I have a few smart enemies, like big bads that I have kind of sprinkled throughout the world. So yeah. Like, not every combat it's gonna be face roll. Like, enemies might lay traps ahead of time. They might know who they're going to be going against because, you know, actually, I do need to up your guys' rank now too, as well, because you guys wouldn't be porcelain anymore. You'd probably be bronze. Because you guys have been completing, well, I say completing quests, but sometimes they're not technically completed. You give what information you want or have at the time. Holy shit, we ranked up. Yeah, basically. Well, I mean, you leveled up too, which makes sense for you guys to rank up as well. Let me go ahead and put a little DM. Did I have a pin here? No. Did I have a pin here? Yes. Okay. So you guys were copper, now you're iron. And then you'll be silver next. If we don't die. Pack a punch the stick. Yes, make the stick OP. Okay. You guys could die. I guess it all depends, right? It all depends on what your guys' plans are. Like, if you guys want to go and fight Big Bad, then go fight Big Bads. Go to a castle or something and go start a showdown with a boss. You know? Sup, Arch? Good morning. Hello. Hi, Autumn. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, Autumn. Woman has arrived. Woman. Take down the dragon sword, the Chad level 2. Also true. I indeed stomped my league game. Ayo, congrats on the win. You got that spicy RP and LP. Angie? Wait, why you Angie? Why Angie? But yeah, no. Like, obviously, my players are very dumb in their own way. Calling them not smart is pretty accurate. The choices that they decide to do in a lot of things is hey, don't get mad at me. Is kind of questionable. Like last D&D was fine. Wait, so what? Party's still Unga Bunga? Yes. It has been since the start. Ever since we lost. I like the Ricky comment. Which one? The one where she said, "We're too fucking stupid for murder mysteries. Stop taking them." Is that what you're talking about? If I make my character smart, it doesn't make me smarter. Also true. That's not wrong. You could have a smart character, but also if you don't know how to play it. Only so much I can do. I'm not saying you. As a party, you guys, honestly, I don't know. Like, I think you guys might need to talk amongst yourselves and make like kind of a de facto leader, and make somebody the leader of the group, and kind of, I don't know, and maybe go off of that or something. I'm one of your players. Well, yes. I mean, individually, each of you is fine in your own way. You're all my special little snowflakes, and I don't want to, well, I do kind of want to murder you guys, but at the same time, I don't. Though, it'll be interesting because I know you guys don't have much money, but possibly buying things that would help you in combat beyond just buying potions, such as throwables or other consumables, might be on the table, and it might be a good idea for you guys, because just relying on your weapons and or spells might not always be the case that you want to do. And honestly, if I didn't bring up tying Belnath to the noted. I love you too. Tying Belnath with the rope, he probably would have died down there. Because didn't he go unconscious? Spell catalysts are mega cool. Yeah. Typically they're they could technically be anything. Anything that focuses their magic. So staff, an orb, it could technically be like a magic feather. It could be a pouch that they have around their neck. You know, it could technically be anything, as long as they focus their magic through it. So yeah. Typically, they're gems, but yeah. Spell catalysts are consumed that modify a specific spell. Oh, a jar of dirt. Yes. Already. Okay, now. The party. Anyway, it started blasting. Yes. I think possibly getting consumables that are beyond just healing would be a really good idea for you guys. Or just everybody in general. Having some kind of throwables, or even things that maybe cut off vision, like smoke bomb type stuff. I don't even know if they have those. Let's see. Do they have smoke bombs? They must. Oh, they have a feat for it. Interesting. You need to use them? Yes, that is true. How does handle being lit on fire? I believe it counts as persistent damage until the fire is put out. So basically, it's a certain amount of damage that happens until the fire goes away, basically. By, you know, obviously, like, taking the time to put it out or whatever it is, right? The cloud is centered on creatures having the concealed condition. All of the creatures are concealed to them. The smoke lasts for 1 minute or until it's dispersed by a strong wind. Interesting. So there's a smoke bomb feat. And it's in the core rulebooks, too. Or maybe it's just an item? I have no idea. Additive Alchemist. Frequency once per round. There's bombs. Brightburn bombs. There are rules for persistent damage, yes. And yeah, obviously it does depend on the fire. Bomb launcher, alchemist bombs, smoke bombs, skull bombs, traps. Also, if you guys know you're gonna go into combat, I see no reason why you guys couldn't set up traps and possibly lead an enemy to you, or maybe ambush an enemy, assuming you guys know about what you're doing, or maybe get information ahead of time. So like setting up ball bearings or caltrops in like bushes and stuff like that, so if the enemy is dragged through those areas or goes through those areas, they run into traps and things like that. Take damage to the end of your turn, you roll a flat DC, you put it out unless you take specific actions to try and put it out. Yeah, because people don't think about it. See, to me, that's the reason. Yeah, you're not wrong. So to me, that is the fun parts about D&D, is coming up with crazy ideas, whether they work or not. That I love. That's what I love about D&D. Like, for example, I played a rogue with, I think, 2 levels into caster. That had mold earth, I believe it was mold earth. It's a cantrip that allows you to move a 5-foot square of earth for free, 1 square. So basically in a minute you can move 10 squares of earth, which is like a ton of fucking dirt, right? So like you can easily set up like quick little pitfall traps, like just fucking basically make a step ladder out of the 5-foot squares of dirt and just keep moving them up the step ladder, and then in one, or like, you know, a minute you can basically make a 20-foot deep pitfall trap, and then you just take the time to cover it and make it, you know, quote unquote unnoticeable as best as you can, or push an enemy down it, right? That's what I did with one of my rogues. And that's just like a simple way of doing a trap. Wait, why didn't your message not show up? Wait, what? Okay, your message is like broken on my other monitor. We had to talk to Leo about getting him to fall back in dark and darker to pull them to you when you're hiding on your rogue. Yes. This is very true. I don't know. I think that's always been my favorite stuff. Like, coming up with fun things to do and things that I think my character, just as a character, would know. Like, I try not to use metagame knowledge, obviously, and the problem with 5th edition is because I'd been playing 5th edition for so long and I've read basically all the books, I knew most of the rules in and out. And I knew most of the monsters in and out. Like I read through the monster manual. I read through the extended monster manual, like, you know, Mordekaiser's Tome and all that shit, right? Like, so I knew most of the monsters and what they could at least do, per se. So like, I kind of had that knowledge in my brain, but obviously tried not to use it. What the fuck, D-Boys? Hello. How are you? Glad you hear my D voice. Mika. I'm not using my voice changer. I'm kidding. There are 2 people on this channel, and we share this channel. So there is a lady and a man. Oh, so many cracks. Let's go. But yeah, I think that is the most fun type of stuff in D&D for me. Planning and scheming and using everything I can to my advantage, especially if I'm playing like a rogue or something like that definitely would know about those things. Even a fighter, for example, like fighters are smart. Like maybe sure, intelligence is kind of a dump stat, right? But a fighter would know tactics, especially if they used to be like somebody who was in a combat role or in the army or something like that, right? So your character would know how to do basic tactics. Oh, surround a creature, draw them into areas where you have cover and they don't, you know, that type of shit. Even if it does waste a turn, you using all of your movement to run back, like, that means they have to use all their movement to run to you. And if they're slower than you, then they can't even catch you. But I think people don't like to waste turns. And they feel like it's a waste if they don't do anything like attack or something like that. And buy into it. Let's say if Zargo and Alex want to ambush something, but Bell rushes straight in, it's all moot. Yeah. I agree. But the turn of that, you know, Alex and Zargo wait, and Bell pulls them backwards, you know, getting them to attack him, and maybe tries to get them back. But I think, you know, right now everybody's strategy is just, haha, run at the thing and hit it until it die. Ladies hiding in Discord, watching a show. Yeah, I believe they're watching that monster show, Unga Bunga. Yes, I can't remember what it's called. But again, I know everybody's playstyles for D&D is different. Some people really just don't want to think. Some people just want to Unga Bunga, you know, be a murder party kind of, and just not really do any of that stuff. Most people played 5e and that's all you have to do a lot of the time, just whack it until thing dies. Yep. And I think that's inherently where a problem is too, right? So it's changing Pathfinder 100%. But to me, that change is so cool. Like, all these skills that you can do, there's so many actions you can do, there's so many abilities that you now have with feats and general feats and skill feats and your class and all these cool things that you can do, but everybody's still just Unga Bunga me hit thing. Okay. Unfortunate. There's like, I literally spent, I mean, I learned a lot about like the rogue general feats and shit like that. To me, if I were playing rogue, right, I would made a goblin that bounces off the walls to not take damage. Yeah, like you can do so much cool shit in Pathfinder. I would play my rogue very thievery based. So like, I would definitely be more of my downtime action. Instead of doing something typical, my downtime action would be, I'm going to dress up as sneakily as I can, cover my face, cover everything about me, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to go attempt to rob somebody's house. I'm going to go try and rob somebody's house, depending on how big of a village I'm in. Like if I'm doing in Baldur's Gate, probably not the best idea, right? There's going to be guards everywhere. You know, if somebody catches me, I'm kind of fucked. You know, I'm in a big city. So I would do it in probably smaller towns or things of that nature. And I would go in and I would try and rob the place, or maybe go through a marketplace and pickpocket people, using a lot of the cool skills that they have, or even try and get some of my friends in on things. Because I believe there's one where literally it's so cool to me. You can pickpocket somebody's weapon off of them and make them useless in combat. Let's say you had a rogue and they were really sneaky, right? They're really, really sneaky. They took it really slow. They got behind one of the big enemies, or like a fucking, a boss or something. And they had a really cool weapon, or a weapon, obviously. And your rogue got behind them. And while your party is like distracting that person, maybe talking to them, because maybe they're not outright hostile, maybe they don't outright attack, whatever it may be, as long as they can distract them for a minute, a rogue can literally take the weapon off of the person through one of the feats that they get. And to me, that is so, like, that would make such fun RP and such fun gameplay, because it's like, finally, your rogue kind of gives you like an okay hand over the shoulder of the big bad, and then fucking your party's like, all right, we're doing this. And then the big bad goes to reach for his weapon and it's not there. Like, to me, that is fucking great. I love that. But, you know, obviously, people don't always read everything that they can do. And it's kind of more me just stab. Me stab. And very ineffectually. Keeping someone who's on the verge of combat from noticing a person for 1 minute. I see! 21 months. Woo. Woo. Yo, what up, Icy? Thank you for the 21 months. Hello. Yes and no. Because to me, it depends on how everything is going down. Let's say he is on the high ground, right? And he's shouting down at you, and you know, he kind of has you surrounded, and maybe your charismatic person is like, wait, and starts like trying to convince them maybe it isn't a hostile environment right at that moment, until maybe the wrong thing is said or something like that, right? That's kind of the picture in my brain that I would have. Like, it very much depends, obviously. But again, a rogue who is so stealthy and has like hide in plain sight, for example, or maybe some other thing. Maybe they're invisible. Maybe one of the mages cast invisibility on them, and they got behind the enemy and started taking their goodies. Like, right? Like, there's so many situations where you could make it work. Saying your surroundings directly looking down at you. Well, what I mean is, like, say, for example, in the area where you guys got ambushed in the forest, right? There were multiple pathways that were, like, there was enemies above you. So, like, let's say the rogue is in the back, or they're even scouting ahead, right? They're probably going to be trying to be stealthy. So, depending on if they get seen or not, and if you know, your rogue sees an enemy or you see an enemy, they have some way to contact you, and you guys willingly walk closer to said trap. In that area, the rogue probably could have gotten around, being stealthily enough, like around, and got up the mountain and got behind that goblin that was sitting up there, or the two goblins that were sitting up there, because they're not looking behind them in that moment. They're waiting for somebody to come down the road. Again, it all depends on, you know, stealth, rolls, what's going on, how you approach the situation, all that, right? Having a scout is honestly a really good idea for you guys, but not many people really scout in your party. Honestly, having a familiar that would be your scout would be really good, like a hawk or something. Because then you guys could have like this hawk that goes in front of you, and that's kind of your scout. Sargo does. He tracks more than scouts, because he's never really left the party to go and stealth ahead of you guys to make sure everything is clear. Sargo's literally made for it. Yeah, he tracks a lot. But I don't think there's been a single time where they, like, either Alexander or Zargo have basically split from you guys to go scout ahead, like in a long fashion. Ugh. I'm dying. Help. I would never think to split the party. Yeah, I mean, splitting the party in a way is dangerous, right? If you're in an active combat situation, it's definitely dangerous. But if you have somebody who specializes in stealth or something of that nature, it's sometimes better to just have everyone hold back and maybe wait in an area and have that stealth person try and get some information, so you don't just all walk around the corner blind, right? Even if they get seen, they can retreat back to your party who's holding a position and is ready in case something happens, right? But I don't think that's happened a single time. Everybody just kind of all moves together and tries to stealth together. Or, you know, you have your non-stealthy people try and stealth, such as the skeleton in full plate who has disadvantage and all this other shit. Scouting for us kind of implied that you're walking directly with the party during those circumstances. I don't remember him doing that, but maybe he did. I only remember the times where he has tracked stuff. I don't remember him personally scouting anything. But also sometimes the rolls are just, you know. And I believe there are certain rules for walking alert and walking regularly. Welcome back, Duck. Tracking and scattering are not the same, because noticing tracks is a way to know if stuff is ahead. Not necessarily. I scouted the exact encounter you described with the goblins, at least if I recall, because everyone got a +1 in it on the first term. I don't remember. I remember you tracking afterwards, but I don't remember that per se, because I thought most of you guys got surprised because, you know, we had, I think, 3 people basically run up and go loot the horse that was on the ground as bait. And no one's perception saw them. I could be wrong, though. Tracking and scouting are kind of the same because noticing tracks is the way to know stuff is ahead. Yes, but say you're tracking and the tracks are coming from opposite of where you are, then you never run into the tracks, right? In PF2, tracking and scouting are not the same. Well, there you go. Can't really do both at the same time. Yeah, that's why I thought maybe it would be a good idea for possibly one of you guys to get a familiar, or even maybe try and buy like a hawk or an owl or something with really good vision that's trained into kind of let you know that stuff is ahead. Because in my eyes, having something that is airborne and looking down as you're going would be great. Could be circle around, walk to the side. Focus on where they were and not where they can be. Obviously, I don't know what you can do. We should be on the lookout. Yeah. Obviously, that's like a situation where it's like, okay, Zargo scouts ahead and then notices that there's tracks on the ground. And then he's like, hey, then he comes back and like, hey, you know, watch out. I think something is ahead. And obviously knowing what you know about goblins is they are assholes. So yeah. If I'm actively following tracks and notice scouting. Because you're busy following the tracks, right? You can only technically do one thing at a time. So then you would have to stop following the tracks, and then you would have to be like, okay, I'm going to go scout. I also fucking hate the idea of having to get a familiar or a pet to function. What do you mean, Lily? Thank you for the follow. Like, is it difficult or something? Or what do you mean? Because to me, I feel like it would be kind of like if you were trained in animal handling per se. I know it's not animal handling in this. You could have it know commands, and I assume that's how you would kind of tell it what to do. Oh, the concept is not fun for you. Ah, okay. Well, I mean, in this case, why don't you go scout ahead? I mean, granted, I guess you're not the best at scouting. What's the stream discussion? We are talking about D&D in Pathfinder. What? BNSF? What? Because you're the only one that I think can actively fly. Granted, I guess you're not very stealthy when you're flying. Bird in the sky, we see it. Probably should have done scouting on the way to the village, but I didn't think because there was backlash from some of the party because you move at half speed. Get your money up, now your money up. I agree. Welcome back, Citrix. Get that money up, baby. Midterm time? Enjoy. Or don't. I wish you luck on your midterm. Yeah, no. So, like, I think... So we were talking about this earlier, Zargo. I don't know if you were here for the whole entire time. You need more power? Need more power. But hello, Bear. You guys, I think, need to play more to your strengths. Instead of kind of just walking in and hitting things. Because obviously you have Belnath, you have a dragon. Nimbus. And you have Luna. who all like to go and kind of surround an enemy and just beat them, right? Which is not good. You technically also have Sendo too, but he's a caster, but also takes damage from his thing. And then you have 2 people in the backline, or 3 people in the backline, bar Sendo because he's a mix. It's kind of a weird situation because I think everybody just kind of wants to hit stuff and not really cause the enemy to lose turns or do things like that. I don't feel like I'm intruding, but that's just me. Like to help provide suggestions. Well, I don't think you guys have a group leader is another thing. So I think there's a difference between telling a player how to play a character and being a leader of the group and kind of being like RP wise, hey, why don't we do this in a actually tactful way instead of just running up and hitting the thing? You know? Familiars are so heavily overdone / abused. I know that people like them, but the whole concept is not appealing for me. I don't like the idea that Fia or anyone else in the party should just be replaced because someone got a pet or pet-like creature. I got you. I think familiars can be good in certain regards. But not abusing them is kind of a hard thing to do, I suppose. But yeah, I think that might be a topic to talk about, is possibly appointing somebody a leader and trying to get tactics going instead of obviously run up and hit things. And you know, if people don't want to do that, then that's fine. Obviously they're probably going to die because as things get harder, things are going to start hitting harder. You're going to start, you know, I mean, fuck, the slimes were kind of a show of that, right? Granted, you guys were not in the best position, but those slimes were 1 above your level, I think. And it was a 1 below the most intense encounter. So it was like a quarter into the extreme encounter table or whatever. Good morning. How was your commute today? Very good. My boobalage goes far. Hello, Kirvas. Granted, you know, obviously you guys had to spend a lot of time recovering and getting things set. But for future stuff, I think having maybe a formation that kind of suits you guys or something like that is a good idea. And it's not necessarily telling people how to play their character, because I mean, I wouldn't want somebody to tell me how to play my character either. It feels bad. You know, it's not fun to do shit like that, right? But at the same time, you know, as a character, I like to come up with plans and ideas and do cool shit like set traps or have things that can be done on the fly or possibly whatever it might be. Why is that not reset? Hang on, I'm gonna go reset that, because that should not be up there. There's a fine line between telling possible actions and plays for others. It's not that easy to see sometimes. Yeah. No, there's definitely a fine line between kind of like telling people what they should be doing and kind of suggesting, like, hey, maybe instead of just hitting this thing 3 times, we should do this instead. Or maybe use one of those attacks to trip it, or things like that, right? Hopefully we would actually plan for something. Hopefully. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you guys are. I don't know what you guys are going to do next. And yeah. Very little time to prepare. Yeah. I think the big thing, we just need to people to become more comfortable with their characters, understand that things can be done beyond strike action. The 5e mindset of your turn will be spent on attack, or it's a failure, is something that we need to get out of. Yes. Caltrops seem decent in 2nd edition. Another speed debuff. Yeah, no, like items are great in 2nd edition. Like they are really good. Like I didn't look at all of them. I've only looked at a few, but like the things that items can kind of supplement are really, really good. You know, having a panic item is a good idea. Having something that can help you get out, such as, hey, a smoke bomb. Fucking, you know, maybe 2 of the front lines should carry a smoke bomb at all times, and that way, like, fuck, you know, we're in a bad situation, I'm gonna toss down this smoke bomb so I can move away. As a player, planning for encounters has always been real hard. Getting the actual information beforehand has always been difficult, but that's probably most DM/player issues. It all depends on what you're planning to do, right? So there's been a few times where they've had most combats as of lately have been more ambushes, but that's because, you know, rolling on the random table, you guys kind of walk into combat, you know, type of thing. It's not necessarily stuff. I would roll 5 sets of caltrops in a doorway. What do you mean? Like 5 sets all in one doorway? I would imagine they would only get affected by it once. This is kind of how it went. Yeah. Like, for example, the one combat, yeah, they would only be affected by the caltrops probably one time, because I don't think you would be able to stack them in, you know, multiple sets like that, because that would be kind of ridiculous. The fact that damage run we got gives you damage on a hit you're not expected to be hit 3 strikes a turn. It'd be insane if you did, but that's an oddity if it happens. Yes. Like, that's the whole point of striking runes, right? It's more so hit once, maybe twice if you're an agile character and you've already reduced their, you know, their armor and stuff like that, right? But typically those other actions are spent doing other things, such as moving or preparing for next round, or even giving advantages to your allies that are next in the turn order. From what I saw, it doesn't say you can't. I suppose you could technically reduce somebody's movement speed to practically 0 then, assuming it stacks. But usually things only stack one time from the same debuff. Never mind. Oh. Empty square. Yeah, there you go. So you could probably line them up, like in a hallway. You could line up each caltrop, so every time they have to make a save or whatever it is. But no, like in the graveyard thing, you know, obviously there was patrolling units and things like that, and you guys all moved together where it would have been probably more advantageous for all of you to stay back in one area and maybe let Alexander be the one to scout and do the stuff because he's the stealthiest, right? So, yeah. But I understand everybody also kind of wanting to do everything at the same time, kind of wanting to stay together, shit like that too. It does kind of suck to let one person be the star of the show, maybe. But I also think it's needed because otherwise you guys get yourself into situations where it could be really bad. That you're all grouped up, you know, you're all following right behind each other. Okay, let's say a fucking mage decides to fireball you guys now because he saw you or saw one of you, or you know, one of you led to seeing all of you, and then all of a sudden fireball hits all of you because you're all grouped up instead of, you know, the rogue being the only person to be seen. Granted, you guys did that fight well because you blocked off like the kind of only way that they could get to you guys, so they were kind of stuck behind each other and couldn't do much. I'm also gonna grab some water real quick. I returned. Flip side, Alex goes on his own to scout and dies. We don't even know in character because he got jumped solo. There's always that risk, right? But you would trust Alex is fast enough to, you know, basically be able to get out of most situations, right? If he needs to, especially in like an more open area. Other thing, our party comp is a little bit rough, to be honest. There are ways we can make it work for sure, but currently we don't have a ton of ways to buff our own team and deep up enemies other than Nimbus providing flat-footed on target. Hello, Rubu. A woo. Incendio with Demoralize. Currently, we're just a whack comp. So, yes, but I think that's where you have to supplement with items. I think that might be where item supplementation would be needed. Having a second stealther keep within a visible range, yes, that is also true. Because technically they have two people who are fairly stealthy and all that. I don't know. What did you come back to? But because I don't know every item, for example. Yeah. We just haven't figured out that part yet since we're still learning. Yeah, learning is another big thing of it, right? Learning what you can do. It helps that we have two fairly knowledgeable people, and we have obviously Lily who reads a lot, and me who reads an okay amount. It doesn't necessarily help that we have Luna who doesn't know practically anything, and we have Nimbus who doesn't really know anything, and we also have Leo who doesn't really know anything. So it's a very big learning curve. We have 3 people who know a decent amount, and we have 3 people who know practically nothing. So throwing shade? No, not necessarily. I'm just saying that, like, it's all a learning experience. So we have a lot of people who need to learn what they can do. I mean, fuck, even Sendo doesn't know everything he can do. Neither does Zargo. Or Lily, for example. I don't even know everything that they can do. They'll admit it, so it's not shade. Yeah. Learning on the fly too. Yeah, because not everything is clear. Obviously, you know, we're in a new edition. A lot of stuff is new to us. Even if you guys have played, you know, first edition, stuff has changed since then. Like, I was really into 5th edition. Everything has changed from 5th edition. To double check rules? Yeah. Which I appreciate following the rules, because rules are rules for a reason, right? That's how you make the game not entirely broken. Some rules can be bent or changed or whatever, but yeah, no, like the rules are there to give us a good guideline of what to expect. Found a way around either empty square for caltrops. Bear just roasting then. Thing for caltrops. Caltrops and snares when triggered, drop them when trigger or adjacent square. So yeah, you could technically kind of set up like a layered trap system. That would work. Playing is often the easiest way to learn. Hi Gabba, how are you doing today? Granted, obviously you guys don't have a ton of money, but I believe some items. You're still in the Pathfinder category? Oh, it should have changed, but I guess we are talking about Pathfinder at the moment, so yeah. Let me change that to just chatting, I suppose. Just chatting. Okay, there we go. Okay, so wait, what did you say? Yep, they also need to put in the base amount of effort to learn/retain things. Not saying they aren't. This is more of a general thing through people who will play games for months and years and still never pick things up. Yeah. I know occasionally you play with people slightly infuriating. They're actual friends, so it's not too bad. Yeah, I don't know what to talk on that. It's hard to say, like, entirely. Obviously, I want people to learn and enjoy the game and have fun. But there is a lot to learn. A lot. Having an okay day, kind of just dead brain now. Brain dead now? Damn. Well, enjoy the silky smooth sound of my voice while I talk about Pathfinder. And enjoy your night, you know? Have a good night. Drink some water. Maybe drink some wine if you're into that. Other than when I cough. That's not very silky smooth. Okay. So I'm gonna look at items real quick. You don't have any alcohol in the house? Damn. 1001 Pathfinder facts to sleep by. Man, just imagine reading a bunch of Pathfinder rules and then that's what people sleep to. I imagine actually that would be really good. Boop. Boop. So let's see. So there's caltrop snares and then caltrops. Learn the rules in your sleep, also true. All the stuff by any means is but it's like, oh, when I attack, what do I roll? Or, oh, I hit, what's my damage again? Easy enough to look up stuff like, oh, I need to make a ADC 15 check to climb a rope 5 foot with an action. I expect people to know that offhand. Yeah. Did you know you can always insult your friends as a free action? Crying is a free action. Screaming is a free action. So for example, I'm looking at caltrops right now. They cost 3 silver pieces. So you can get a decent amount of them, right? They are a 14 acrobatics check. I lied to you? No. I said you couldn't scream as a free action. All I imagine is, you know that screaming bird that you sent me that explodes? Yeah, that was, yeah. Not if you're gagged. Oh, whoa. That was you last night. Let's see, where's my screaming bird? There it is. That was Lily last night. But I could cry as a free action. Yes, I did say that you could cry as a free action. Crying is a free action. So, the first creature that moves into that square must succeed a DC 14 acrobatics check or take 1d4 piercing damage and 1 persistent bleed damage. A creature taking persistent bleed damage has a minus 5 foot penalty to its speed. Spending an interact action to pluck the caltrops free reduces the DC to stop bleeding. Once the creature takes damage from the caltrops, enough damage to the caltrops have been done so they are ruined. Other creatures moving into that are safe. So, caltrops on their own, while they have a fairly low DC of 14, it's still good. No bonk stick on YouTube? Yes, bone stick. Get boned, nerd. It's not a snare. This just is caltrops. It's just something apparently you drop. You can scatter caltrops in any empty square adjacent to you with the interact action. It is not a snare. So, I think there is caltrop snare though. Let's see. Snare. Let's see. Spike snare. I wonder if there is rules that state. Do you mean? You want to know your beer, but you work in 4 hours? I mean, one beer wouldn't hurt. You could also have beer after work too. I do that all the time. Oh well. Also, here you go, Sargo. What? You must have the snare crafting to be able to create snares. You can spend 1 minute to craft a snare. If you want to create a snare, at discount, you must spend time. I don't think... Zargo, I don't think that's the case. I think you can use snares, you just can't create them. Hello, XO! Don't tell anyone you have one. True. It says you must have the snare crafting feat to create snares. It has to be pre-built. So you could buy some, then, right? You could buy snares, or even like a bear trap, right? 22d8 bludgeoning damage on a 40 replay. You just have to have the material. Yeah. Most snares are not pre-built. When you craft a snare, it is placed. No. That's not what it says in crafting snares. It says you can spend 1 minute to craft a snare at a listed price. If you want to craft a snare at a discount, you must spend a downtime action as described by the craft activity. Some snares have different additional requirements beyond those when crafting. So technically to place them, doesn't require anything. But if you want to build one that is not already pre-built, then it does require snare crafting. Once it is constructed, it cannot be moved without destroying and often triggering the snare. Depends on the snare. Yes, that's true too. Oh wow, that's interesting. So if you're a legendary crafter, if you're a legendary snare crafter, only a creature that is master in perception can find your snares. That is a cool way for somebody at higher level to not have their snares taken out by somebody at a lower level just because, you know, why not? That's cool. I like that. If you're a master crafter, only creatures an expert. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Some snares, once built, can't be moved, like you just read. Yep, that is true. Some snares cannot be moved. So obviously some snares have to be made there, right? And typically take a long amount of time and money. A snare is built within a single 5-foot square. So I imagine that means only one snare can be built in a 1 5-foot square. Wait, there's an action with the snare crafter that allows you to put a snare trap down in combat in a square that is occupied by an enemy. Wait, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So like, for example, Zargo, if you were to go into snare crafting, right, that would mean that everybody would kind of need to change their playstyle and be a little bit more reliant on your traps, right? If you're going to be putting traps down, it would be way more advantageous for you to be able to put them down and kind of manipulate enemies into them by either pushing them or dragging them through the area of the snare, shit like that, right? or even, you know, putting things down in an area that you know is well traveled. So like, I don't know how willing everybody is to do that. I still think that's a good idea because it would definitely fit Zargo as a character. You know, you're a hunter in a swamp. Like, that's what you did. You probably sent, you know, snares to catch certain swamp creatures and animals and stuff like that. Focus on perception survival. To think about later. Okay, yeah. Look a plane, dig a 10-foot pitfall trap. Yep. Nothing personal, kid. That'd be great. Oh, hey, look, a bird. What? Oh. Fuck. What? Are you okay, Arch? Why does it think my mouth is open? The plane trap got Arch? Yes. Look, a plane! I see. He fell into the snare. Someone said plane and he showed up. So true. Snares would also allow shenanigans with dazzle, etc. Yeah. I think there's a whole list of bombs too. Bombs and other consumable items. Yeah. Would it be considered held items? Cantrip deck. Tablespoon. Oh, that's interesting. That's only 10 gold too. Weird. That's such a cool idea though. I know the group said no on them and not pushing it, but the whole free archetype thing, it would let Zargo, for instance, do snare and trap stuff without sacrificing his character growth. Otherwise? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a little bit about that. It seemed interesting, but I think for now, probably at least for now, probably sticking with like the base stuff is probably better for us. And not doing too many variant rules or things like that. Can't even use base classes. Look, you're not wrong. But yeah, no, like I was literally just looking at this. It is called a tablespoon. It is a magical item. It's 20 gold. I just thought of like such a good way to do something. So let's say you're invited to a noble house and you're a rogue who's very precise and you do not like to be caught off guard. You're given food or a drink or soup or something, and you have this wooden spoon that you can use 2 actions to activate. You stir the food or drink and you can purify up to 1 gallon of food or water. Oh, what the fuck? Wait, why is my phone dying? Hello? Why are you not charging? Okay, now it is. That's weird. Lily, pull the trigger. Do it. On kick. I'm also confident I want to increase nature to prepare for the potential level 10 ranger feat. That lets me recall knowledge on any creature with nature instead of whatever it says on the creature sheet. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, Lily, you're taking too long. I'm gonna do it. I'll do it myself. Never mind. You got it. No, thank you. That would mean sacrificing crafting for one or the other. It's all about what you want to do, right? I very much love Pathfinder First Edition because it has such a weird array of just cool mundane stuff that people would want. Yeah, no, like there's some very interesting situations that I could think of for somebody who's paranoid to have a teaspoon that purifies food and drink. Like that's not a bad thing. Or a tablespoon that purifies food and drink. A ladle that purifies food and drink. Like there's so many just like yeah, it might not be always useful, but it's such a cool just little magical item that could be so easily used. Hello, welcome in. I assume it's in second edition too. Yeah, there's some like mundane / low magic items that are pretty cool. Say no to food poisoning today. How long am I playing your stream today? Not too much longer, I suppose. Oh, the other cool thing. I'm looking at snares and it's not super useful, but there's one made specifically by a amateur that is a clockwork lizard that will spit acid at enemies who go near it. Wait, that's kind of cool. Yeah, tattoos. Tattoos are another really cool feature in this. And they're not even that expensive. You just have to be able to find somebody who can do magical tattoos. They're so cool. Yeah, you can get the tattoo artist feat. That's probably what I would do if I was a character. I think that's such a cool thing. Like magical tattoos and stuff. Like, yeah, they're not all extremely useful, but sometimes just having like fucking this one, being able to see 4 times further than normal on top of getting dark vision if you don't have it. Like, yeah. It's very, 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 very cool stuff with the tattoos. If you're a cannibal, you could stab someone with the spoon to purify poison. No, it has to be either a gallon of food or water. So, I believe. So yeah. So you could technically take like a gallon of that person, put them into a stew, and then boom, you could purify it that way. Had scribe scrolls, type of spell tattoo, feat, optional class feature. I can't remember which. Well, I know there's scrolls that you can buy, and a lot of the early level scrolls are fairly cheap. So there's that. You can scribe scrolls as well. They're very cheap. Food or drink. So if I was a vampire and stirred the spoon in them, yes. But also at the same time, I sent Lily something yesterday and it was beautiful. Is this it? Is it the sea vampires? No, that wasn't the sea vampires. Where's the sea vampires? There it is.
Air, they would be awesome scuba divers. They consider. Wait, if vampires don't need air, they would be awesome scuba divers. They could just wear a backpack full of rocks and walk on the bottom. And if they dive down deep enough, light won't even reach down there. Like aquatic vampire cover to the bottom of the ocean trenches. Don't underwater cave dive, too dangerous. Why would I get lost and drown? No. Fucking scuba vampires. Wait, if vampires don't need air.
That's great. Scuba vampires. Other than I believe vampires melt in water and like have issues with water. So that wouldn't technically work by rules. But that is cool. It is a cool thought. Scuba vampires. Pretty solid on item creation. Spell scrolls are reasonably cheap. Craft up to like 6 levels. Yeah, there's pretty crafting is pretty easy in Pathfinder, it seems. So yeah, running water, I believe. Okay, what do we consider running water though? Because if a river is running water, but a lake isn't, they could be at the bottom of a lake or the bottom of the ocean. But there are ocean currents which move things. So are we considering the ocean currents running water because it's being moved? I'm not sure. I don't know. It would be a hard thing to consider because, yes, the ocean is moving, but it's also not. It depends on the type of vampire. Also true. Oh no, what is this? This is very long. One sec. I gotta pull up my other thing. European folklore, water was seen as a barrier that prevented the crossing of unholy beings. However, running water was generally the strongest. Much cleaner, less likely to harbor diseases. Consider holy vampires are the polar opposite. Wretched, disease-ridden abominations. The purity of the water repelled them. This is true to witches in European mythology. Which explains why they drowned witches, right? In that regard. Because if water was pure, and running water was the most pure form, if you kick a witch into a lake that is filled by running water, assumedly you're cleansing them, probably by what they would believe. And so when they died, if she drowned, she's a witch. If she survived, she's a witch. They burned witches too. Well, fire was also seen as cleansing as well. And holy. Burn in holy fire, bitch. It still is seen as cleansing as well, technically. If she burns, she's a witch. If she doesn't burn, she's also a witch. If they float, burn them. Yes. And witches were depicted with cats because cats kept mice away, which made it so women with cats didn't typically get the plague. So yeah, the more you know. If they don't, bury them. Which is funny, because hell is shown as the realm of fire religiously. Fire has way more satanic connotations. It's both good and bad, right? Like, it's both used as good and bad, because you have fire as purification, right? And you also have water as purification. And you also have fire as evil because of hell. Very interesting. fangs are weird. Shit's weird, fam. Angel, Archangel Mash. Yeah, no, flaming swords. Yeah, flaming swords are a big thing. That's right. So yeah, that's weird. For every holy thing, there's an opposite version. That's true. So you have the cross, and you have the upside down cross, which is the unholy version of it, right? Wrong angel. I'm not sure which angel it is. There's a lot of angels. So yeah, I suppose you're not wrong, V2. Did I watch Castlevania? I did not watch Castlevania. I want to, but I have not watched it yet. The cross thing they talk about in it? No, I don't think so. If you want to send me a link to like that specific part, then sure. Or wait, I might know what you're talking about. Is it like a demon in a church or something, right? And he's like, your god doesn't have any power here or something like that. Do I care about minor spoilers? Not really. Because I've seen that. It's not blue fangs. Yeah, that tells me nothing. I have no idea what blue fangs are. Let's see.
You found a new toy?
No. Not a toy.
I don't know, is it?
Well, the story goes that a mad Norwegian vampire hunter went to India, and he convinced the weapons master of the Rajaputra clans to make him this thing. There's only one. I saw drawings of it in my mother's books. The real question is, how it ended up here. See? Sign of the cross.
Mm-hmm. Did the vampire hunter die in India? Because Hindu vampires wouldn't have the faintest idea why he was waving a cross at them.
Actually, no. You see, vampires are basically an evolved predator species, so their eyesight is pretty different to ours. Turns out that if you put a big geometric shape right up close in their field of vision, it confuses the shit out of their brains and, makes them panic.
What? That's kind of funny. Which confuses the vamp brain? Interesting. That's pretty good. Because it had blue fangs in his mouth. Looked like blue fangs. Ah, okay. I see. Yeah, no. D&D stuff. Great. I love D&D. I do wish I had a game that I was a player in. Maybe one day I will be able to join a Pathfinder game as a player and have fun enjoying those. Are those giant googly eyes on the tits? Refer to them as my given name of boobly eyes. They're not just googly eyes. But yes, you would be correct. Boobly eyes. Boobly eyes. Oh. Let's see. What is... Tomorrow's Tuesday. I like that name. Thank you. I didn't come up with it myself, but... Oh, I see. Okay. Blue fangs. Understandable. Excuse me. Writing a series of bonks for campaign. Yeah, Lily, DM me. Did she do her schedule yet? She did not. Have you ever been a player? Yes, in several games. Not in Pathfinder though. Mostly in 5th edition. I've been a player of 2 very long running campaigns and then a few one-shots as well. Can't / won't ever be a DM. Damn. So, I've been a player a few times, but only in 5th edition. And 3.5, actually. One of my friends who was trying to get me into D&D, actually, big shout out to fucking him. I met him on Xbox. And he was a very avid D&D player. And back in my olden days... Yes, I know. I know, Lily. How dare Monday exist? Hello, Mordred. Back in my olden days, when I was a wee little child, back on the Xbox 360, I met a man who went by the name of Bread. We played a lot of Dark Souls together. Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 1. And he told me the ways of D&D, and basically he described it as anything you think you can do in your brain, you can do in the game. And so that kind of caught my attention. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Like, what cool things can I do? Blah, 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 blah. And so he's like, all right, let me set up a one-shot for you and just give you a quick little, like, 1-hour one-shot of you exploring a quick little town that I set up, right? And I remember the first thing that I did is I played a rogue. I had the highest sleight of hand that I could have at level 2, I believe it was. And the first thing I did was I had a piece of charcoal, and there was a dagger for sale that was black. And what I did is I was talking to the shopkeeper, and I took a regular dagger, one of my regular daggers, coated it in charcoal, and then swapped them out and stole the black dagger and left. And that was like, I was like, damn, those are things that I could just do. I'm absolutely shocked he played a thief / rogue. Bullshit. Permanent pog face? Yes. So yeah, that was my first experience in D&D, and that was 3.5. No one knew the rules. It was a nightmare. Yeah, no, that can be pretty hellish. So that was my first experience playing the game. And then 5th edition came out shortly after. And then basically I learned all of 5th edition because it had just come out, and it was very simple in comparison to actually no. So what happened was that was the first taste. Then I joined an online game. And we played a somewhat mix between medieval and futuristic, so it was kind of steampunky. So I played another rogue. Rogue, wow, very original, I know. And I played a rogue that used a sniper rifle. That I would sit really far back, and I would basically pick off targets or hit, enemies. And that was back, I think we made it to level 15 in 3.5. And then we ended up beating the campaign after about a year, and then I stopped playing D&D for a long time, and 5th edition came out. And then I got introduced to 5th edition. I played a guess what? Another rogue. Because that's what I was comfortable with. And I played another rogue. And then that was a long-running campaign up to level 20. A rogue, crazy. Then after that, I played a monk in 2 different one-shots. So I learned how to play a monk. Then I played a monk for a futuristic game. So I was a monk. I think I was playing Shadow Monk. Yeah, I was playing Shadow Monk. And so I played a Shadow Monk in a futuristic game where we got sent to the future. Then I played a ranger in a short game, which I didn't particularly care for. Ranger was not super fun. And then I played a sorcerer in a few times.
Oi, RT, show some legs.
I am
starving
some
here.
legs.
I am starving here. Oh, sorry, I'm down bad Monday right now. Sorry, I'm down bad Monday right now.
Down bad Monday. Damn. That's crazy. 5e Ranger sucked? Yes. And I played the Beastmaster variant before it got changed. So I was really not having fun. So that was a short-term game. Then after that, I played a one-shot where I played the most broken class that I could come up with that would one-shot just about any boss, assumingly you get the right conditions. I played an assassin rogue. I played a paladin, fighter, ranger. So I think I was Gloomstalker ranger, paladin, level 2, so I had smite. Rogue assassin, so I was a level 3 assassin, and then 2 into fighter. So I did Umbral Stalker Ranger with Assassin Rogue. And if you know anything about how Rogue reads on Assassinate, any creature you surprise is considered a crit. And Paladins hit really hard with crits. So I surprised the big bad and did over 500 damage in one turn. So yeah, that was great. Because every attack is with advantage, and every attack is a crit automatically, assuming they are surprised. So Gloomstalker, on the first turn, you get a bonus attack. So that was my technically second attack. And then I had Fighter, which gives me another attack. So I hit 3 times in the first turn, all with basically as many buffs as I could stack on myself. It was ridiculous. And it was all crit. It was great. Good times. Hunter Ranger definitely had a good time. Ranger revamps and revamps. Yeah, the revamps made Ranger much better. Which is actually... So if you look, the... What is it? Starting screen? I'm going to turn that off. This screen was actually inspired by what was happening. In this picture is basically Lunari when she one-shot the demon that we were fighting. So this picture was inspired by what happened in that one shot. That got really loud for a second. You played AD&D Rogue, Paladin, Pathfinder Cleric, Wizard, Fighter Hybrid, Samurai Cavalry Fighter, Wizard. What had dice with more fun casters? Death Domain was great. I played, so I did a few monk games. I did have a one shot where we were level 10, and turns out Grapple Monk is very good under the right conditions. So we were starting at level 10, right? There's an item in 5th edition called the Boots of Striding and Springing. As long as you are wearing these boots, your speed cannot go below 30. Meaning, even when you grapple a creature and your speed is halved, you still have 30 feet of movement. So, I played Monk. I stunned an aboleth, grappled the aboleth, and pulled it out of the little lake that it was sitting in onto dry land. Proceeded to restrain the aboleth because, you know, I was tavern brawler with grapple and all this other stuff. And it couldn't fight back because it was stunned, so it couldn't do anything, and literally proceeded to let my entire party wail on the thing until it died. And it was practically useless. Hunter, Assassin, Paladin, Fighter. All the crit damage? Yep. So yeah, Grapple Monk was very fun. And yeah. Kim Skarner from League? Yes. But scarier, because I could stun them and then they couldn't move until the end of my next turn. So I could move them wherever I want. It was great. I think Grapple Monk was one of the more fun characters. And not only that, I was a barbarian as well. So I had advantage because I would rage. Or has 0 chance to make a balanced encounter. Fuck. But yes, I like playing Grapple. Grapple only seems better in this. Like, Grapple seems really fun in this. Or in Pathfinder, 2nd edition. Because there's literally, like, things called Titan Grappler where you can grab enemies that are bigger than you. Seems like a very fun time. Oh, interesting. Nobody's really familiar with the party, so entirely. Or you might just play bad in the face of a tough encounter. Yeah, that is true. Grappling does stuff in Pathfinder versus 5th edition. Yeah, that's true. Basically, the only thing grappling does in 5th edition is make it so your target can't move. And then, if you restrain them, they can still attack, but they have disadvantage. And you can only attack at disadvantage as well. And you're both prone. So, yeah. Like, restraining is like the next best thing that you can do, which is hilarious, because actually in that same game we had a wizard. And actually we had 2 casters. We had a druid and a wizard. I believe the druid gets whatever the thing is to allow people to grow, and we also cast reduce on a dragon. So I had a monk that grappled a dragon and then restrained it, so it couldn't fly away. It was great. But I don't know what does a grapple condition do? You can use grapple even if you don't have a free hand. This weapon with reach, blah blah blah. Oh, interesting. Monks get special grapple things. Plus they need to use an action to get free. Yeah. Monks get Gorilla Slam, apparently. and Shadow Grasp. Lower to the ground imposing knuckle stance. You can strike our gorilla unarmed attacks. These deal bludgeoning and are from the brawling group. You have backswing, forceful, grapple, non-lethal, and unarmed traits. Oh, interesting. Okay. Choked in Elder Wizard. To death with my conjure. just choke them to death. Perfect. Bathroom window says the target doesn't matter. Barbarian who does a bonus combat maneuver. Dig a 20 dig speed. There were giant cliffs throwing boulders at the party, so I dug up the hill, tossed the giants down off the cliff with the dwarf fighter to start chopping. That's great. That type of shit I love, right? So I was actually looking into Monk a little bit because they also get like a throw attack, which is really cool, and it requires you to be grappling the target, I believe. So like once you grapple them, you can like spin them around and then fucking yeet them, and like they take bonus damage depending on how well you roll, and all this cool shit. Like I'm just like, man, there's so much cool stuff that you can do to like reposition people and all that other shit. 3 times in a row to die. I know if you remove air from the lungs, they can only live for as long as their constitution modifier, I think, is. So if you have no air at all, you can only live for like 3 turns or something like that. Or 3 minutes, or I don't know what it is. It's something. Suffocating is dangerous. It's not good. Aiming for the stun. First one was succeeded. So what is restrained? Oh, wow. Restrained is really good in 2nd edition. Holy. Wow, okay. I know you don't believe on swashbuckler, it's like a dancer. Getting some chakrams to throw in, having a returning thing that Leo would have is great. Regular suffocation takes a lot longer. So in Pathfinder, restrained, you are tied up and can barely move, or a creature has pinned you. You have flat-footed and immobilized conditions. You can't use any actions such as attack or manipulate, except for escape or force open your bonds. So you literally can't do anything but try to escape or force open. Those are the only 2 options that you have. So you can't attack, you can't manipulate objects, you can't do anything. That's cool. That just makes me want to play Monk. It's just grab people, start fucking pinning them down and throwing them. It's good times. Pretty sus to restrain a caster and then put the fingers in the mouth. Hey, that's what casters hate. You can't cast if you can't speak and you can't use your hands. If you can't manipulate, you can't cast. I'm gonna crit. Damn. That seems kind of nutty. But no, it does not make them helpless. Hopefully someone doesn't pin me and put something in my mouth. I mean, what? Yeah, Lily? That's a little sussy. Hold on a second. Wait. What did you say? I foresee tentacle monsters in your future. Oh no, what is the weak little bird gonna do? The poor tentacle monsters are gonna grab the bird and put things in her mouth. She can't cast, and she's too weak to be able to get out. Bonks in the chat. Oh man, that just makes me want to do that too. Like, play a character whose main goal is to just stop casters from casting. Just like grapple them and put fingers in their mouth. Be like, yeah, what now, bitch? What now? What are you gonna do, huh? Just wear like a spiked glove, so if they try to bite down, they hurt themselves in the process. Oh, that would be great. Did Twitch crash? No. Maybe? Says I'm still streaming. That was the straw that broke Artie. Oh, I don't know. It says I'm still streaming. I haven't been disconnected. Is Twitch down? Let's see. No, it's working. I didn't get disconnected or anything. Hello, Leon. Maybe Twitch just died for a second? I have no idea. Dad has returned. I have returned with the milk. Hello. Twitch had to do did the crash screen for a bit? Oh, weird. I wonder if it was something to do with the restream then. How's it going? Good. I'm talking about how I want to make a monk that shoves like a gloved hand in caster's mouse with like spikes on it. So if they try to bite down, they just hurt themselves, and then makes it so I can't or makes it so they can't cast. And also grapple them. Sounds cryptic. Based. No, it's not. Or pin them to the wall. Oh well. Time to pin the casters from behind. Already means this, not a glove. No. That's dangerous. But also, I'd probably be playing a female anyway. Oh, wait, no, I guess I would be a Fuda at that point. I can see that turning horny real quick. I catch like a lich, and I like grab the lich from behind. I put his arm behind his back and just fucking shove my hands into his fucking mouth. Yeah, what are you gonna do now, lich, huh? Huh? What are you gonna do now? That'd be great. Kabadon monk build. Yep, exactly. That lich is utterly useless at that point. It can't do verbal or somatic components. Are there any? No, because everything requires verbal or somatic, right? You can't just free cast. Like you can't just force cast out. And wait, is there a thing, anything like silence or some kind of anti-magic field? Anti-magic. Oh, that's magical effects. Haha, cube of necks. Perfect. Well, with people, there's subtle casting. I spent 10,000 years gathering this power. You can't wait. What are you doing? Yep. So, there's an item called the Cube of Necks. That acts as a lesser cube. It suppresses all magic within 5 feet. Items you wield ignore the anti-magic field from the Cube of Necks. Frequency, activate, interact once per minute. Perfect. So you just get a cube that provides a 5-foot square of anti-magic, and you have your monk hold it like, or have it like as a necklace, right? And so you activate it, using 2 actions. Anti-magic is pretty evil in general. No, fuck that. and then you go and grapple him, so he can't use any magic. It's perfect. Perfect. My plan is flawless. And then you restrain them. If you specialize in improvised weapons, would a pocket wizard count as equipment? Maybe. So what you're telling me is I get a gnome partner, and then they cast reduce on themselves to make themselves tiny. I palm them like a football, and because I'm a monk, I can throw really good because I take the throwing fighting type, and I fucking pelt them in the face, pelt whoever in the face with a fucking gnome that releases their reduce, and so they become normal size again, and they just grab onto them and they just start fucking like clawing at their eyes. That would be great. That would be a wonderful build. Just use them as a football. I would like that. I would like that a lot. Let's see. I'm dying. Oh. I was thinking fairy independent, like monk with anti-magic field thing. Yeah, but the problem with that is anti-magic is, I think, a 10th level spell, which is pretty high. A lovely tribes that dispelled everything within a 30-foot radius. The DC 15 for magic items, or they're destroyed. Oof. That sounds awful. Goodbye, all magic items. Lost some pretty damn expensive stuff. Yeah, that's pretty sucky. Vladimir reference doesn't affect your equipment, so... Oh, true. If it doesn't affect your equipment. Let's see, what is improvised weapons? I mean, it is an artifact after all. A weapon that, or something that was not built to be a weapon, such as a chair, vase, When you're making an attack with an improvised weapon, you make a -2 attack penalty with improvised weapon. The GM determines the amount and type of damage that the weapon deals, as well as any weapon traits the improvised weapon should have. Improvised weapons are simple weapons. So wait, is there anything that... There's a trap in the Tomb of Horrors that just eats your equipment. Oof, that's rough. That is really rough. See, that is not super fun to me. Like, I can kind of get it, but having your party lose all their, like, magical items that they've spent the entire campaign or however long accumulating just from a trap kind of fucking sucks. It'd feel real bad if that happened. Very sucky, 100%. Is there an improvised weapon feat? Weapon improviser. Improvised weapon shatters, destroying it completely, dealing an additional 3d6 piercing damage to a creature you hit with it. Improvised pummel attack. Interesting. There's a room that just says you die. Damn. Tomb of Horrors is a representation of DM versus players. It's not a good dungeon. Ooh. So Jackie Chan the feat? Yes. Weapon improvised dedication. Ah, okay. You don't take the normal -2 penalty. Okay, so it's an archetype. Makeshift strike. You quickly snatch up whatever is nearby and attack as an improvised weapon. So wait, where do you get this from? Weapon improviser. From what? Large mushrooms. That's kind of funny. Tomb of Horrors. Oh. Yeah, that sounds awful. I would hate that. So it's from the advanced player guide, apparently. Improvised weapon seems like a lot of fun. Never let them know your next move. I grab a mushroom and stuff it in his mouth and make him take damage from it. You often get the drop on opponents that mistakenly think it have caught you off guard. Whether you're smashing someone over the head with a bar stool, tossing a mug of ale in their face to blind them, or stabbing your foes with a broken bottle. You can find weapons anywhere and employ creativity whenever a fight breaks out. Because you fight with disposable weapons, you do not need to be careful with your weapons as other warriors do. You can break them when needed and fight without any regrets later. Improvised weapon ideas. In a cavern, broken stalagmites, large mushrooms, old bones. At a docks, barrels, cranes, hooks, forests, branches, needles, thorns. A market, use a box, fruits. Hello. Reconnection successful. Thank you, stream. Using a gnome as an improvised weapon. Gnome holding shocking grasp to deliver the shocking grasp. Yes. Resident Runelord. Twitch being rude. Twitch is being rude. It disconnected me for some reason. Anyway, dude, that is great. I want to make a person who uses improvised weapons. I would make it a monk for sure, because I think monks... Let's see. Monk. Pathfinder. Ammunition. Flurry of blows. Unarmed attacks. Nope. You learn how to feel your... Instead, is it 1d6 of a 1d4, minus to making non-lethal because they find it hard to use their fists with deadly force. You do not take this penalty when making a lethal attack or any other unarmed attacks. I would have to look. YouTube and Kick is dead now. Yeah, no, I lost connection from everything for a second there. So, trained in simple weapons, trained in unarmed attacks, untrained in all armor, expert in unarmored defense. Are there any monk feats? Feat of monks. Let's see, I want to look. But yeah, I was down for 20 seconds. Yeah, no, I lost connection to OBS for a moment. Continue the web builder. So, are you ready to close this? Yes. I want, let's say it's a halfling, or a human. So we'll say it's a human. They are a human. Their background, barkeep. Sure, that's fine. Class will be monk. Thank you for the pets. So, let's see. Heritage. Heritage doesn't necessarily matter. All heritages. I don't know if there's a skilled heritage. Duskwater, Draconic Scion. We'll just do common. We'll just do... Sure. Set abilities. Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, Strength. Class boost, Strength. Maybe add Barb Rage. I don't know what second edition does though. I have no idea. Finish. So level 1, he has +4 strength. Got it. Skill training. We will give him trained in athletics. Absolutely. Trained in acrobatics. Absolutely. And he will also be trained in crafting, because why not? Class skills. Finished. He would take Titan Wrestler, for sure. So Titan Wrestler would be the first general feat. Unconventional weaponry. Potential from other ancestry and cultures. Uncommon weapons, simple or martial weapons with the trait corresponding to ancestries such as dwarf, goblin, or common in other cultures. You gain access to that weapon for the purpose of determining your proficiency. Oh, that doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't help. Gloomseer. You gain low light vision. Know oneself. Natural ambition. Natural skill. You gain proficiency in ranks of 2 skills of your choice. I think natural ambition would probably be pretty good. Class, you would take... Oh, wait, why am I still in fighter? No, cancel. We wanted monk. What? Why did it not switch me to monk? No wonder I didn't see stuff that I wanted. Accept. Monk. There we go. And let's say that too. Finished. Oh my god, now there's so much more that you can add. Here, what if I do this? I'm gonna bring you guys to watch this. Here. We'll move over here. And then we'll move here. And then we'll display capture. Bam. Okay. So, obviously we want Titan Wrestler for our first feat. We'd take Titan Wrestler. Class feat. Gorilla Stance would be good because it's good for grappling. Tiger Stance. Or Wolf Stance. If you're flanking a target, since your Wolf Jaw is an unarmed, it also gains a trip trait. Ooh. Tripping and then grappling? Maybe? You've trained with traditional weaponry of your monastery at school. You gain access to uncommon weapons that have the monk trait. Become trained in simple weapons and martial monk weapons. Your proficiency rank for unarmed attack increases to expert or master. Wait, this is just really good. Your proficiency rank for these weapons increase to expert or master as well. You cannot use melee monk weapons with any of your monk feats that normally require. Oh, you can use with any melee monk weapons. That's not bad. That would be good. Key strike, focus point. Okay. Random embers. And fire resistance. That's cool. Reflective ripple. You can make a flowing wave attacks that deal 1d6 bludgeoning damage. If they're in the brawling group, they also have agile, disarm, finesse, non-lethal, trip, unarmed, and water traits. That's cool. Heading out, have a good night. Good night, Zargo. Toodaloos. You get a +1 circumstance to athletic checks. Wow, you just gain a +1. Wow, that's pretty cool. To disarm, swim, or trip, you gain +2 bonus to your reflex to avoid being disarmed or tripped. Wow. Okay. That's a cool stance. That's very good for disarming people then. Cool. Stoke flames. This is persistent fire damage. Instead, you get critical strikes. Stoke flame, you gain +5 status bonus to your movement speed. You have incredible movement. Increases from to +15. Damn. For every 4 levels beyond 3rd. So that's just, you fucking zoom. You zoom in. So I would say probably this. That would be your class feat. And then you would also take this to give yourself that early expert at level 1. If we add weapons, what would it be? Unarmed. Here we go. Would be rage, damage from giant instinct. Large improvised weapon. So let's see. Blowing wave. This is what it is. Buy. Yeah, sure. So you would be, how do I make it expert? Roll? Nope, that's not what I want. Options. You'd be expert. Why can't I add it to expert? I think you're misunderstanding that trait. You don't. You've trained with the traditional weapons of the monastery school. You gain access to uncommon weapons. that have the monk trait and become trained in simple weapon and march. When you gain proficiency rank for unarmed attacks, increase to expert or master. Your proficiency rank for these weapons increase to expert or master as well. I mean, it literally just says that it increases to expert or master. When your proficiency rank for unarmed attack... Oh, increases to expert or master. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, now I get it. It's only for weapons that rank up with you. Yeah. So it's to match your unarmed. So that actually is not the same. Then what else would you take? Probably gorilla stance then. Non-lethal unarmed traits. Lower yourself to the ground. Forceful. What is forceful? That's basically if you wanted to run weapons in stance or traits that doesn't actually have. Yeah. Is Panther still a thing? I don't see a Panther stance. There's Tiger. You enter a stance of Tiger, you make claw attacks. These deal slashing damage and are in the brawling group. They have agile, finesse, non-lethal, and unarmed. On critical success with your Tiger claws, you deal damage and it takes persistent. Oh, 1d4 persistent. Okay. As long as your speed is 20 while in Tiger stance, you can step 10 feet. Wow, that's pretty good. One step is 10 foot. Holy. That's pretty fucking strong for being able to weave in and out of combat. Granted, that relies on your speed being 20, but most people are going to have 25 unless they get slowed. You're unarmed. You enter the stance of a wolf, loaded ground, fanged teeth. You can make a wolf jaw unarmed attack. These deal 1d8 piercing damage. Are in the brawling group. Have agile, but backstabber, finesse, non-lethal, and unarmed traits. If you're flanking while in wolf stance, your wolf jaws unarmed attack also gain the trip trait. Cool. So you can trip people, assuming you have another person near you, or assuming you're flanking somebody. Panther style allowed retaliatory attacks if someone tried to hit you with an AoE. Or, oh, attack of opportunity. Ah, I see. Short bow in the monk trait. Specialized stance. I'm not a big fan of bows. Harness your physical. You gain key strike as a spell and one focus point. Will summarize in the sidebar. Okay. Key rush. Make yourself harder to hit. You gain the key rush spell and focus. Okay. Well, I can't actually read these apparently. So let's say Tiger stance, because Tiger stance seems cool. Free feet. Hobnobber. Powerful fist. Yep. Flurry of blows. Make 2 unarmed strikes. If both hit the same creature, combine their damage for the purposes of overcoming resistance and weakness. Apply your multiple attack penalty to the strikes normally.